Hello, all. Time for our tarot spread for the week ahead, or a tarot spread for the rest of the week ahead. Sorry, Monday. Gonna skip you because you're almost over. This week I am going to be using the Pasta Tarot, and I'll be honest, this is my first time doing a reading with this deck, or at least a full reading with this deck. It is a deck created by Rob Truglia and Jeff Petriello, and I hope I'm saying those names right, with artwork by Lindsay Mound. And this was gifted to me recently for my birthday by my delightful friend Eva, who is also a tarot practitioner herself. So here we go. Let's see. Let's see what kind of delicious pasta goodness we have for the week. To be fair, the deck does look like, at least for the most part, the major arcana is similar to a Smith Rider-Waite style, but I could be completely wrong. Like I said, this is the first time I've used this deck for a full reading. So the first card I always pull, if you're new to this, hello, welcome. Thank you for joining us this week. Oh, and by the way, this is for the week of April 14th to 2025, April 14th, 2025, in case you're watching this at a later date. You can relive whatever energies might have been going on at this time. So the first card I'm going to pull is just for our general energy for the rest of the week, general energy for Tuesday through Sunday. And I just want to say, I think I've said this before, I think I said this last time, that the energies we're talking about here, energy is not finite. It's not a turning it off with a light switch. There's not usually a hard stop. So if this takes a while to kick in, or if you're like, I've been living in this energy for the past 5 days, there's a flow here. So what I'm saying is there's no, it's not an exact science. It's just a general energy or a general theme that might be present here. So our first card, our general energy is, oh, look at this. So it's the Tower, and the Tower is one of those cards in tarot that can be very uncomfortable for people to receive. The Tower, much like the picture kind of looks like, the Tower it's chaos, it's things raining down all around us, it is lightning striking our security or a place where we feel safe. It is chaos is usually the word I go to for the Tower. This will come probably as no surprise to anyone watching this, listening to this, that the world feels very chaotic right now. I think, we all can agree or lean into that energy. And it seems like there's a lot happening that is not within our control. And that is very true. This is a time where really it is not, life is not within our control. And the best we can do with the Tower usually is to find that calm within ourselves, to find that calm within our own world, our smaller circle, if you will, connections with friends and family who make us feel better, who boost us, who strengthen us, who calm us. It is a great time right now to do any sort of grounding, centering, calming practices that you might have, meditation, journaling, soothing yoga practices, taking a hot bath or a soak if that's something you're into, even just taking a walk outside and being in nature, putting the phone down, taking some time away from the news. It's important to be informed, but also take that time to stay calm and center yourself and try to focus on the good. The good news with the Tower, or the positive aspect of the Tower, if you will, is that after this chaos, we have the opportunity to build back better. We have the opportunity to rebuild, to recreate, to choose a new direction that we want to go in. And this is generally for life, speaks to the world climate and where we are right now, the national climate, but it also speaks to our personal lives. That so the Tower, an example of Tower in a personal life might be losing your job out of the blue with no warning, no expectations that you were going to lose the job, and just one day your boss is like, sorry. So that would be an example of a personal tower moment. But right now, yeah, week. This is a week that be kind to yourself this week. Be kind to others. This is a week that probably is going to feel chaotic. It's probably going to feel like there's a lot we can't control. You can't control. And just do your best to be the calm. Do your best to be the eye of the hurricane, so to speak. Lean into practices that help you feel grounded and centered and safe and calming. I like to always say this, spend some time with the animals in your life if you have pets, if you're a pet owner. Good time to lean into animal love, unconditional pet love, dog love, kitty love, guinea pig love, fish love, whatever whatever animals you have in your life to support you. Good time for that. But really just lean into those people, those places, those activities that help to calm you, because the tower can be a big one. The tower can be, as I said, feelings of chaos. I'm going to move this box out of the way, and we're going to move into our energy for Tuesday. And this guy popped up, so we'll see what this is. So for Tuesday, we have the Hanged Man, which is one of those cards that has a name that can be a little uncomfortable for people, but I always find it to be a rather peaceful card. I'm always sort of relieved when it comes up, and I think it works. I think it plays well, plays well, counterbalances our tower energy a little. The Hanged Man for me is about surrender. It's about being in the moment. It's about knowing, I don't necessarily like to go there, but it's that serenity prayer of grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change. That is the hangman. That is the hangman energy. And so along with the tower, with whatever this chaos is, either personally or worldly, the hangman is letting us know to just sit with it, just surrender to it at the moment. Stay calm, stay centered, stay balanced. Don't get swept up in the chaos. That's not what surrendering means, but it means accepting the things you cannot change right now, accepting that things are going to happen. And although there are things we can do, you can support, organizations, you can volunteer, you can protest, if that's your thing, you can use your voice, certainly. So surrendering doesn't mean giving up, but it does also mean to accept there are things you can't change in this moment, and to just be with those things you can't change. So that is our Hanged Man for Tuesday. And for Wednesday, I've got another one that sort of popped up here. For Wednesday, we have Three of Cups. Lasagna, look at that. So we have Three of Cups, and Three of Cups, as you can probably see on the card, I love that these ladies are just dancing on their lasagna. It is a lasagna party, and I want to be invited to that. So Three of Cups is about finding joyful, supportive connection. It rarely means a romantic thing. I always think it also, for me, it rarely is like a family thing. It's more of like your friends that feel like family. Again, those spending time with those people that really boost your energy, that make you feel better for having spent time with them, that really bring you joy, and that make life feel like a little bit of a party, even though we're going through this chaos, which is rough. And even though we have to accept there are things we cannot change in this chaos, it is never a bad idea to lean on friends and to find joy in connection. And perhaps even, this is a card about not isolating ourselves, even though things feel really rough, even though we have to surrender to things we can't change, surrender to some things we would rather not, or accept some things we would rather not right now. We can still connect, and connecting with people in person, having a good time as much as possible, having a great time still celebrating things, celebrating birthdays, celebrating milestones, celebrating new babies and new jobs and all the things, new dogs, new pets, all of those things. It's time to find the joy in connection. It's time to find joy and strength and connection with other people right now. So that is our vibe for Wednesday. But like I said, I mean, all of these are sort of in flow. You know, if your friends call you and want to go out on Friday, by all means, go out on Friday. You don't have to go out on Wednesday. Don't be like, no, girls, I got to stay home. I got to go out on Wednesday. No, that's not what this is. It's just more. Everything's always in flow. Don't worry. If you went out with your friends yesterday, that's fine. You can go out with them again later this week too. But connection's a good thing right now, especially midweek, especially Wednesday. So let's see what we have for Thursday. Let's see what we have for Thursday. I feel like our first couple of cards popped right out there, and Thursday's taken its time. So I actually, as you can probably tell by now, I actually do shuffle and pull these cards live. All right, so I've got two here. So we've got Thursday, and then we'll pull Friday. So Thursday, we have the King of Pentacles. And King of Pentacles, Pentacles, as I say, well, King of Minuta in Italian, the pasta, but this is the suit. In this deck, this corresponds with the suit of Pentacles. And as I've said before, but I feel like for people who are new, always worth explaining again, Pentacles are the suit of Earth. They are the suit of our physical selves. So it would be about things that we can sense, things we see, taste, touch, feel. It could be about our bodies and our physical health. It could be about our physical fitness or, exercise, physical fitness pursuits. It can also be about wealth and money and work and resources that we have. And as I say to people, time and energy can be a resource. So although it does typically deal with things that are physical, it can mean, an exchange of resources, and that can include your time and energy. So our king here being the suit of all of that. I think for Thursday, given the rest of this, I'm going to say that this king is letting you know that you're in charge of how you take care of yourself. You're in charge of your resources and how you choose to spend your resources or protect your resources. You're in charge of sort of how you show up to work, or how you show up in your vocation, how you show up in your profession. So you're in charge. You're the leader of your own life in those regards, so to speak. And I think there's also a little bit here about being compassionate with others, to use that time, use those resources to maybe help others, to assist others if you can. Not all of us are able to, and that's okay, but consider how you might be able to use the resources you have to help others. Because a king who is a compassionate leader, and I don't read them as gendered, but this card is a king. So the king, if a king is a compassionate leader, if they are a leader that has a lot of resources themselves, one would hope that they help those who maybe don't have that or don't have those resources. So it's a good time to, again, know that you're in control, in charge of taking care of yourself. And please do that. Please take care of yourselves. But also to know that there is something here about being compassionate and helping others when you can, using the resources that you have, whether they are time and energy, volunteering or something like that. It does not have to be resources as money, but using that, maybe it could be using your resources to make some cookies for your elderly neighbor. That would be that would actually be sort of a King of Pentacles action. You're using physical talents to help someone else, or to at least spread some of that goodness. And so King of Pentacles, celebrate. Use those resources wisely and know that you are in control of your resources. And so we have Friday. Friday, we have the Wheel of Fortune, and this, I love this deck, but this deck's making me hungry. We have Wheel of Fortune, and Wheel of Fortune is, I feel like there is a lot of movement this week. There is a lot of accepting that things are not perfect, and there is the Wheel of Fortune for me right now with this sort of has an energy of this too will pass. What goes around comes around. The wheel is always spinning. Sometimes fortune spins in a way that is not so favorable. Sometimes it spins right back around into something that is favorable. So I think the message here is that the wheel's turning. Recently gotten into the Wheel of Time series, so I feel like this is sort of that now for me. The Wheel of Time, it's gonna, it is turning. What goes around comes around. Not so much in a karmic way, but in a, you know, the bad stuff's going around right now. The good stuff will come around again. And to accept the variety maybe of what comes our way, to accept all of it, to know that there's something in it for all of us. What can we learn? What can we take? What are things that we might be able to enjoy as fortune spins around for us, and to find those blessings, if you will. I think that's pretty important now. Yeah, Wheel of Fortune for Friday. Oh, and hey, pay attention to like those little lucky coincidences. If you feel so bold, if you're a person that likes to buy lottery tickets, hey, Wheel of Fortune, buy a lottery ticket. See what happens on Friday. Not encouraging gambling, but hey, if you're a person who does, fortune favors the bold, as they say. So that's Friday, Wheel of Fortune. Let's see what we've got for Saturday. Got another person who popped up here. And we have the Queen of Cups. And Queen of Cups cups are, as I've said before, cups are a suit of water. They're emotions. They are creativity. They are intuition. They are the things that float beneath the surface. Water's always in flow, so we're always moving. Our emotions change from minute to minute. But the Queen, again, much like a king, a queen is a leader. They're someone who is in control. They're someone who has an awareness, who has an understanding of who they are and how they process their emotions and how they bring that to the world. So the Queen of Cups is telling us on Saturday to lean into that self-awareness, lean into that emotional maturity. If you need to do some emotional processing, some release, some emotional healing, Saturday is a good day to do that. Take your time, be gentle, be nurturing, be compassionate with yourself. Queen of Cups can also be about doing some rituals. So again, cups being the suit of water. If you enjoy, a hot bath or maybe a shower and you use a salt scrub, which can be really cleansing, it's a good day to tune into that sort of thing. And to use your self-awareness, your emotional awareness, your emotional intuition, use that to be compassionate and nurturing with others. Again, it's a tower moment. It is a tower week. Always, taking the time to nurture, be compassionate, be tolerant of others. And tolerance doesn't mean accepting, but to be tolerant of others, to know that we're all going through it right now. And Queen of Cups lets you know that you're in control of that, but softer. Don't be afraid of other people's vulnerability. Don't be afraid of your own vulnerability, I think, is our message here with our Queen of Cups. And let's see, Sunday. Sunday is our last day. So let's see, Sunday's last day of the week. Well, having fun with the Pasta Tarot. Oh, here we go. All right. So our Sunday card, our first reverse card of this reading, is the High Priestess reversed. And High Priestess is usually, they're usually a card or an energy of really going deep below the surface. This is a journey we take deep into those sides of ourselves that we normally don't see the light of day. There's a powerful ownership there of it. Like, we're not afraid to go to those places. We're not afraid of that. We actually find power in that. We find power in our dreams. We find power in our intuition. We use that as a strength. We use those gut feelings, that intuition, as a strength. But reversed, I would say, I feel like, again, with our Three of Cups here, uh, it's likely that we all collectively, and again, I obviously am not reading this for any particular person. I'm not even reading this personally for me. This is just tuning into energies of what's out there in the universe. So my descriptions of these things might be a little more general than I otherwise would be if somebody was sitting in front of me. But I feel like for the High Priestess here with the other energies, this is saying to sort of get out of your head a little bit. If you've been spending too much time in those places, if you've been spending time in darker places in your head, High Priestess reversed is letting you know to maybe process what needs to be processed. Don't ignore your intuition, but I feel like there still is this sort of getting out and connecting, and don't spend too much time there. Don't spend too much time in this place. Um, Sundays normally are, if if you have a traditional work schedule, Monday through Friday, Sundays can be a good day for reflection. Don't get lost in the weeds of your, don't get lost in the weeds of your intuitive consciousness, I guess is what I'm saying. Don't get too down on yourself for negative thoughts you might have about yourself or negative beliefs. Try to shake that and, really spend some time in the sun, if you will, even figuratively. Spend some time in the light. Don't spend so much time in your head ruminating over and over and over and wondering what it all means, or wondering what the signs are, et cetera, et cetera. Time enough for that. Enjoy Sunday. And so, yeah, for the week, our energy of the week is the Tower, which I'm sorry to say is in short, can feel very chaotic, very unsettling. A lot going on, but again, I'm sure that surprises no one right now. I'm in the United States. I'm sure that surprises basically no one in the world right now, that things feel a little chaotic, a little unsettled. So just be gentle with yourself this week. Be gentle with others, because we're in a Tower moment. We are in a Tower moment right now. Tuesday, Hangman. Accept what you can't change. That's the simplest way I can say it. I know it's cliche, but that is the vibe here, is accepting what we can't change. We can work to change what we can, but knowing that we can't do it all. We can't do it all. There are things that are just going to happen. And staying calm, staying balanced, accepting what we can, and doing what we can is where we're at here. Wednesday, moving into this feeling of joyful connection, celebration, connections that boost us, connections that make us feel better, getting out of the house. I think the Three of Cups sort of works with our High Priestess reverse too. Get out of your head, get into the world, connect with people. Like I said, things that feel joyful, opportunities, people that feel joyful, especially friends. I really feel like this is a friends moment here. For Thursday, we have King of Pentacles. So again, leadership of yourself, knowing that you are in charge of your physical health, your physical body, knowing that even things like you can choose what you eat. You're in charge of that. And also knowing that it's a time to be compassionate with others. Compassionate leadership is one I've seen as a interpretation for this card. So maybe modeling the compassionate self you want to be, or you'd like to see others. So be the change, I guess, or be the compassion. lead with compassion in the world, in the hopes to inspire others. Friday, we have Wheel of Fortune. And again, this is about, the wheel keeps on spinning. What goes around comes around. Just wait. It will get better. Your favorite amazing pasta dish will turn and come to you. You won't have to eat all the salad. You'll actually get some of the pasta too, or some of the bread if you're into that. Queen of Cups we have here. Queen of Cups is, again, we're leaning into energies of our emotional awareness. We are leaning into energies of our self-awareness. We are leaning into Again, nurturing others, caring for others, not being afraid of our vulnerability or others' vulnerability, and supporting others where we can in those moments. Also caring for ourselves. Like I said, there's still sort of a care here, using water, doing our healing, working on if there's any rituals that, along with your healing, burning, writing one of those, writing a letter to someone and burning it sort of a thing, or, like I said, a salt scrub in the shower, something that feels cleansing and healing. If there's something you need to release, Queen of Cups is letting you know it is a good day, Saturday, to do that. And for Sunday, we have our High Priestess reversed. So if you've been spending too much time in your head, if you've been spending time in those deeper, darker places in your head that don't see the light of day very often, and I'm not talking about serious depression here, and although certainly perhaps, but not, that's not what I get here from this. This is more of a, if you're ruminating over, oh, I could have said that thing, I could have done different, or if there are memories that are popping up for you that need to be released, Sunday is a good day to try to let things go and to get out of your head a bit. I really feel like it's sort of a, like in The Wizard of Oz when they're like, you're out of the dark, you're into the light, like that's sort of the energy of Sunday. Like get out of that, get out of your head a little bit on Sunday. Spending a lot of time in chaos the early part of the week. Get out of the head, get into the light, celebrate with friends as you can. And that is our reading, our tarot spread for the rest of the week ahead for April 14th, the week of April 14th, 2025. It is a pleasure to do these for those of you that watch them. Please feel free to comment, like the video, whatever else, whatever else you'd like, share it with friends, share it with family. I appreciate that, and I hope you get something out of this. Please let me know if you have any questions or comments. Please let me know below the video, and I will see you all next week. Have a good one.